Is Bitcoin still parabolic? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the charts as usual, starting out with Litecoin, moving on to Bitcoin. And then at the end of the video, definitely stick around, especially if you're new here. We're going to check out the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart and show you why I believe we could hit 46,000 by the end of the year. Also, I want to remind you guys, check out the links down in the description below the video. There is a 100% free Discord community in there. Awesome community. It's grown tremendously over the past couple months. Definitely check it out. Like I said, great community. A lot of people in there help each other out. They talk about the news, learn how to chart, etc., etc. So definitely don't forget to check that out. There's also some affiliate links down below. Definitely check them out. They help the channel out, guys. So yeah, just check them out and let's get on with the video. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button if you like the content. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Now, we're going to check out Litecoin on the daily. And you guys have been watching, you know my targets. I'm going to go over them real quick for those of you that are new. So we were looking at Litecoin as a cup and a handle here. The neckline on this cup and handle was around the $94 range, and this would be the cup. And then this is the handle over here that formed. The measured move off that would be the depth of the cup to where we broke out. That's my 167 target. I'm still sticking to that. I truly believe we are heading in that direction. Also, I had another cup and handle with this being a little handle. And the measured, or the neckline of that's 107 with the measured move of 192. And this target up here, the 253, that's looking at this yellow ascending broadening wedge. And if we take a measured move of that, if we were to break out above that, if we were to come up to touch it here and break out, that's around the 253. Now that obviously moves the higher we go up on this breakout here, but just a rough estimate. We'll know more if we do break that, but as of now, this is my more immediate target, the 167. I'm still strong on that target. So let's take a look at the daily RSI here. We have a rising channel that we had been in for a while. We had a little dip out of it here. It was kind of like a bull trap. But I still see definitely another move up coming, guys. And we'll, like normal, we'll take a look at the bullish scenario too. But I do definitely still see a move up coming. And looking in the 4-hour RSI, we have a falling channel here. I'm going to get rid of this blue one here. Kind of clean this up just a little bit. As you can see, we had a falling wedge within this channel. We broke out into a falling channel, broke out of that one into another falling channel, broke out of that one into another, and we've broken out of this one. And I drew this rising wedge in here this morning. It does look like we'll probably get another tick up here and touch the top of this channel again. But this looks like another channel forming now. Obviously, we don't know yet because there's really no touches up here to verify. But this is just what I'm seeing is possibly forming here. I'm going to go into the price action and show you a couple things real quick. If we look right here, zoom in. We look right here, we're getting higher lows. We've started here, getting a higher low here. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with it, that's hidden bullish divergence, and I'll show you why. Give me a couple lines here. You look at this right here, we're getting the higher lows, and if we look in the RSI down here, whoops. You look in the RSI down here, we're getting lower lows. That's hidden bullish divergence. That's why I believe we'll get another tick up to touch the top of this channel. And let me get rid of this now, and we'll look at that in the price action. This is my target from yesterday. Still looking to hit this 134 area, if not more. We could be forming a bull flag here, and I'm gonna draw that in there real quick. Usually I have all this stuff ready, but I didn't really have a lot of time, so I wanted to get the video out for you guys. But let's draw this in here. Right about there. So if we look at that, if this is a bull flag forming here, we'll get a higher measured move off that. And if we measure from the top down to where we broke out here, this would be the flagpole, and then this obviously the bull flag, and the measured move, depending on where we break out. That could be up to around the 143 range. I'm going to put a target in there, and we're going to watch that area too. But I do want to point out something else real quick. Let me get this in here. Whoops. All right, let's put a price in there. All right. So the 142 area is a measured move of this bull flag here. Now, if you watched yesterday, we're also watching these white lines here as a rising channel. And obviously, if we hit this 142, then we'll probably come back. That's breaking through that channel. Now, that's if we break past this target of 134, guys. We really got to watch that area. And if we break up past this channel here, we'll probably come back down, test it for support, and then continue on up to my next targets, which if we look at the top of that rising wedge, the yellow line, that's going to be around, depending on where we hit it, around the 150 to 155 range. If we do break that, then we're heading to my target of 167. Now, if we hit the 167, then we may get up to the top of this ascending broadening wedge in the blue. I'm sorry if you guys haven't been watching this. You probably don't understand all this, but I suggest you go back in the videos and look where this all started. But it's all been playing out beautifully. But yeah, these are my targets, my more immediate targets for now. But keep in mind, we could break down from this channel. Let's say if we break down from here, we could come back and test the breakout point down here around the 115 would be the breakout point of this bull flag. Possible, we don't have to. I'm thinking more we're going towards that 134, 135 target, and then like I said, if we do blow through that and get on top of this rising channel, if we do go up to the 142, then we're probably going to come back down and test it for support and continue on up to the higher targets. So let's move on to Bitcoin. I didn't have these set up to start with the daily, and we'll see what's going on here. Something I wanted to point out, we have been watching this rising channel. But, well, first we'll show you the targets. Let's see here. All right, so looking at this 9600 area, that is my more immediate target, the one I've been looking at for weeks now. And reason being, if you see this yellow line here and the yellow long-term bottom trend line down here, that is an ascending broadening wedge. And we take a measure move to where we broke out, put it up, that gets us up to this 9622 target. Now, what we're in now seems to be a rising channel, which can be a usually is a bearish sign. Once you break out of the channel, you know, then you get a correction there. But in a parabolic market, it doesn't have to be like that. And I do believe we're still in a parabolic market. And to look at that, I'm going to go into the weekly real quick. Gives you a better picture. It's pretty parabolic, guys. And if we look over here, how we started parabolic, this is like this move here looks like this move here, and we get another one and then up. I do believe, and we'll see in the end of the video why I believe that we're going to hit 46,000 by the end of the year. But yeah, if you just look in the weekly, it really makes this parabolic move make sense. So keeps it in perspective so you don't get paranoid with these little drops. I would not believe that we're going down much further to these lower targets unless we break out of this channel with a candle closing below it. But let's look at our targets here. Excuse me. We take a look at, well, we'll take a look at that in the 4 hour. I want to first take a look at the RSI. Actually, I will show you these targets. Now this, if we were to break up out of this channel and get past this 9600 area, this is the measured move of the channel right here. You would measure the width of the channel and where it broke out, and that gets us up to the 11,400 range. And then we could also look at this as a bull flag from where it broke out over here, this being a flagpole, this rising channel being the bull flag. And if we were to break out past that 9600 area, that gets us up to the 12,000 range. So my targets, if we do break up out of this channel, is between 11,400 and 12,000. And obviously we have to judge more and see more what's going on once the data's in, once we get there, and seeing how we get there. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's look at the daily RSI. All right, the daily RSI in Bitcoin, we had been watching this rising channel, which obviously we have fallen out of now. And we look like we're in a falling channel here. But I do see us breaking out of this. And again, guys, this is the daily, so this could take some time. But I do see us breaking out of this and at least coming to test the bottom of this channel for resistance. So definitely keep an eye on that. We're going to go into the 4 hour RSI now, if this ever loads. There we go. Whoops. Go into the 4 hour RSI. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing I want to point out in this daily. Go back over here. We look at the daily chart. I know everybody's talking about this big correction, but I pointed out some hidden bullish divergence in Litecoin. I want to point out some here. You look at this, we're getting higher lows coming up here and lower lows coming here. Hidden bullish divergence, guys. That's the RSI resetting for another move up. That's another reason I believe we obviously have another big move up. And you can also see it here, not quite as relevant, but yeah, I'll show you more here in a second. Let's go into the 4 hour RSI. And what I've been looking at here, we were looking at this rising channel. We had a rising wedge within this channel that we broke down out of, came into another falling channel, broke out of the falling channel, and we have plenty of room to move up here, guys. And we're going to look at the price action and see what I believe may be happening here and what to watch for and what areas to keep an eye on. Whoops. No idea why this is giving me so much trouble lately. I think I need to clean my computer out or something. Dang it. Sorry, guys. What is going on here? There we go. All right. So now we're going to look at the bearish scenario first, as always, because we have to be prepared for whatever may happen. Now, if we took... I want to show you guys something too. If we take a measured move, remember when we were watching this as a rising wedge that we broke out of here? Only thing about that is that the volume's still declining, and it's all declining within this rising channel, which I believe when we break either the top or the bottom with confirmation, which would be a candle closing above or below the channel, that's when this declining volume is going to get a huge raise. And anyways, let's look at this rising channel that we broke out of right here. That gets us down to that 6,600. And if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that that is the absolute worst case scenario, in my opinion, that we'll never see below 6,600, even if we, you know, that's if we get there. There's no, I don't think we have to go there, but there is support there, and I'll show you that in the end also. But yeah, that's worst case scenario, and that would be the measured move off of this wedge. But like I said, the way this volume's still declining, I think it's all part of this rising channel. And once that breaks either way, then we're going to see, you know, some serious fireworks. But anyways, yeah, let's look at, obviously, also here, I do have some support if we are to break out of the bottom of this channel here, which, like I said, I don't believe it's going to happen. But I do have some support here, and actually this is moving up because this is the top of that rising wedge that we broke out of over here. And like I said, worst case, you know, we may come down. Actually, I'm going to move this up to between the 7,250 and 7,300. We're going to have support on the top of this line, and that could be coming down, you know, just to test it. But I don't see that happening right now. I'm not saying it's not possible, guys. And I know everybody's probably getting pretty paranoid right now because of this dip we're having. But if you look, we had this triangle here that we popped out of. Also, the bottom of that rising channel. We could come down here to the 7720 range maybe. And, you know, look for a bounce there. If we don't, then we'll be looking at these lower targets. But as of now, guys, this is the measured move. 8,500 is the measured move of this breakout of this triangle here. But I still have that in my view. I still believe that's possible unless we break back down into this triangle and break through it. But like I said, I'm looking for support. At the worst, right here, it's 7,700 bucks. If we don't get support there and get a bounce, then we could be looking at these lower areas. Now, looking at the more bullish side of things, as I said, that's my target of the 96, which is the target of the breakout of the rising broadening channel, and that would bring us to the top of this channel. And if we were to break out, you guys seen my higher targets there. So now I'm going to go into the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. And if you see this yellow line up here, this is my end of the year target, and I'll show you why here in a second, of $46,000 to $47,000. I'm calling 46. Could go a lot higher, guys. That's, you know, maybe a conservative target, but that is my target around the 4,600 area. And if you look at the Bitcoin daily chart here, I have, let's move this up a little bit. I have the long-term trend line on the bottom drawn here, and then obviously from each peak I drew a trend line coming down to where it broke out at 6,000, and we'll take a look at those trend lines here in a little bit and show you that each time it hit one, it was resistance and then became support. And this was the last trend line I had here from this peak over here, and then it was support all through here till we broke down, and then we broke through it again. So I believe this is going to be our area of support, and that's around the $6,600 range, guys. That's why I do not believe that this support line is going to break. So let's look at you look at the comparison of the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly. It's amazing. They say that, you know, I've heard people say that they've never seen a bottom like this, and they don't think that that's the bottom. They're still not convinced. Well, it looks a whole lot like this bottom in the gold weekly chart. As you can see, what happened when it broke through all these. I also drew this blue line in here, which is, you know, right off of these support lines here, just like in Bitcoin. And obviously you can see what happened once it broke through that. It never came back down into it. And also we had 2 touches on the bottom of this trend line. Same thing in Bitcoin. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. 2 touches on the bottom trend line, and obviously you see what happened there. Another thing I want to point out is right in here in 2003, the gold ETF was approved. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, guys. But the gold ETF was approved, and obviously you can see what happened after that. Now I know people say the Bitcoin, if Bitcoin gets the ETF approved, it's not going to make a big difference, but you could be the judge of that. Just look at this chart. And another thing, that's why I believe the hyperwave is bullshit, and I believe a lot of people got screwed, and that really bums me out, pisses me off that, you know, it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, like, I'm calling 46,000 for the end of the year target, but I'm not guaranteeing it, guys. I'm just telling you my opinion and my view. And I'm not saying I've been in the stock market for umpteen years and, you know, acting like I know everything and that I pretty much guarantee that Bitcoin has to go here. That's what pisses me off about the whole diaper wave theory bullshit, because they were so convincing to people and people followed them and got screwed and missed out on the bottom. It sickens me, man. But if you watch my videos, I started making the videos in December, and I was calling the bottom right at the bottom, you know, and that is where I ended up buying my Bitcoin. And I was holding Litecoin for a long time, and I bought a lot more Litecoin at the bottom too. So, but anyways, yeah, this is the trend line that I told you should not break, and obviously it lines up with our measured moves, but I don't see this line breaking, guys. I don't even know that we're, you know, there's no guarantee we have to go down to the 6,600. That's my very worst case scenario, and I believe we'll get a hell of a bounce there if we do. But like I said, I don't think we have to. If I kind of zoom into this chart and see how it reacted compared to what we're doing right now, you can see the resemblance. Make it a little bit bigger, kind of get it to the same size range, but you can see the resemblance in what's going on now with the gold chart. You know, it never had a really huge correction. So I do believe we're probably most likely going to go up from here, guys. But time will tell. We'll see. But like I said, I would not get worried unless we broke this 6,600, and I highly, highly, highly doubt that. So anyways, let's go into the RSI now real quick. And looking at let's go to the weekly RSI. I've had these trend lines drawn in here. We started looking at this whole Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart back in January, and it's been playing out beautifully. This is the 2013 bull market followed by the bear market, and I drew a trend line down here. We got 2 touches at the bottom for resistance on this trend line. Once we broke through, that's when the bull market began. This is 2017 bull market followed by the 18 bear market. Drew the same trend line as over here. Same thing, we got 2 points of resistance and broke through. I know people say, you know, we're overbought, we need to correct. And you look at this correction and you can see what happened in the last bull market. We just kept bouncing back and forth up here, and them moves weren't that drastic for corrections, guys. But like I said, I definitely believe 100% that we are in the bull market. And again, that's my opinion. Do your own due diligence. But here's the monthly RSI. Interesting thing here too is I drew these arcs in here. 2013 bull run followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a low in the RSI. Same thing here, 2017 bull market followed by the 18 bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a low in the RSI. We had 4 both times. The only difference I see here is this arc, I believe, is going to be way quicker. So that's it for today. If you guys liked the video, click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. And then if you tick the notification bell, That'll get you notified when I post new videos, as I do post videos every day. And I appreciate all your guys' support, all you guys subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. So definitely hit the like button if you like the content. Also, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. If you think I can do anything to improve, let me know. That's it. I'm out. See you later, guys.